Hi, my name is Jill Hill. This is my PowerPoint presentation for structure and function on type 2 diabetes. I have to apologize for my voice. My 4-year-old daughter decided to give me her cold, and I am hanging on to it and apparently can't get rid of it. So my voice is a little scratchy today, and I just drank a whole bunch of water, so hopefully we'll be able to get through this. Okay, so type 2 diabetes. A little history lesson. It first emerged in the 1970s. Um, there was some research done in the 1970s to kind of separate type 1 diabetes from type 2 diabetes. It was originally thought of as the old man's disease, something that people got as a normal process of aging. Oh, Alzheimer's, dementia. Oh, diabetes, let's just throw that in there. It was separated from type 1 diabetes due to the lack of insulin dependence. Type 1 diabetes, sorry, are juvenile diabetes, people that are insulin dependent, that need to inject themselves with insulin to maintain those glucose levels. People with type 2 diabetes can usually manage their symptoms with diet and exercise and sometimes medications. So what exactly is type 2 diabetes? It develops when the body becomes resistant to insulin. When the body does not use the insulin that is produced correctly, or if the pancreas does not make or stops making enough insulin. Why this happens, professionals are not sure. They think that it could be genetics, lifestyle choices. If you eat a diet that is high in fat, you don't get a lot of exercise, which also leads to a high BMI and things of that nature. So, what happens to the body when you have type 2 diabetes? Well, first of all, the stomach. When you ingest food, the stomach changes food into glucose, and the glucose enters the bloodstream, and we use that for energy. When there's glucose in the bloodstream, the pancreas then is signaled to produce insulin, and then the insulin enters the bloodstream. So the insulin goes in and it will help the glucose be metabolized and used by the body throughout the bloodstream. So when the glucose can't get into the cells of the body, it kind of builds up and clogs the blood vessels that are in the body. What are some of the organ systems that are affected when this happens? Well, obviously we have the pancreas, which makes the insulin, the bloodstream, which moves the insulin and the glucose throughout the body to help the body absorb and metabolize it, which leads to the circulatory system. Obviously, the circulatory system is going to carry the blood that carries the glucose and the insulin in it. And when we don't have any insulin to absorb and break down that glucose, things are going to get kind of sluggish, and a little clogged and backed up, if you will. The long-term effect for this will definitely affect the eyes, the kidneys, and the heart. Um, the eyes, you have a lot of little capillaries in there that can easily become clogged, um, with the extra glucose and stuff, and you don't have a whole lot of circulation in there to kind of flush that out. So you're going to get some poor eyesight. Also, circulation, fingers and toes, you have a lot of capillaries in those areas, and when they become backed up, excuse me, and kind of clogged, if you will, circulation isn't going to happen as good as it should. Some of the symptoms of type 2 diabetes, you can become fatigued, nausea, or blurred vision. And obviously, the blurred vision is because of that, backup of glucose in the bloodstream. Having dry, itchy skin, losing the feeling in your feet, or having a tingling sensation in your feet, again, due to poor circulation. Having sores that heal slowly, and again, that's due because of poor circulation. Symptoms occur due to the body's inability to process the glucose that's in the bloodstream due to lack of insulin or not enough insulin. Many symptoms occur because the bloodstream again is becoming clogged, so it can't, function properly. The circulatory system is going to begin to start slowing down. We have thousands, if not millions, of capillaries in our bodies that just aren't going to be functioning properly. So again, they're located in the kidneys, feet, and eyes. Can I catch type 2 diabetes? No. Type 2 diabetes is not contagious. There is no known exact cause, but predisposed conditions may play a role, such as genetics. If you have parents that have diabetes, I know my mom has type 1 diabetes, and our family has a history of thyroid problems. So every year when I go to the doctor, they like to, just check and make sure everything's okay. If you're overweight and have a high BMI, you're at a greater risk for acquiring type 2 diabetes. Again, lifestyle choices. If you eat a lot of takeout, a lot of fast food, your diet is high in saturated fats and sugars, this can definitely lead to type 2 diabetes. Treatment for type 2 diabetes. A lot of people can, I like the cartoon, a lot of people can manage their symptoms with diet and exercise, maintaining how much sugar they consume so that their body can utilize the insulin that it has. Medications, I know metformin is a great medication out there that helps people manage their systems. Monitoring blood glucose levels, checking your glucose levels to make sure that they're in a healthy range, and if they're not, altering your diet to accommodate that, and prevention, eating the good foods and having a healthy, active lifestyle is definitely key. You can't, like the cartoon says, you can't just drink insulin out of a bottle and think you're going to be okay. Um, So again, you want to monitor and regulate blood glucose levels by doing that daily. Some people have it really under control and they can get by, doing it once a day. Other people need to do it, 3 or 4 times a day whenever you're going to eat something. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle with exercise and a diet consisting of low carbohydrates, low in fats, especially saturated fats, high in fruits and vegetables, good lean protein choices like turkey and chicken, and preparing good wholesome meals instead of running through the drive-through at McDonald's. So to sum up, type 2 diabetes can affect a wide variety of people. We're seeing an increase in teenagers in the area, across the United States that are being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes because they're living a sediment lifestyle that's high in, fast food choices and quick meals and, not very active lifestyles. They're grabbing a bag of Doritos and sitting in front of the Xbox when, they should be outside using up some of that energy. So prevention and management is key. Making those healthier choices, keeping your BMI in a healthy range. Watch for symptoms due to an elevated amount of glucose in the bloodstream. A couple slides ago, we talked about how some of those symptoms are headache and nausea and poor circulation within the body, and to keep those in check, and to seek support from dietitians, doctors, and nurses for tools and resources on how to treat and manage type 2 diabetes. So thank you for listening to my scratchy throat throughout this PowerPoint presentation. I hope that you learned something new, but you're the teacher. You probably didn't learn anything new, but I hope you enjoyed my PowerPoint presentation. And we are done, and thank you.